welcome one and all here in this event of what is the Lost Tome secret. You're in Camisnia, and with that, what I'll do, let me share the map of that. Go over here to share. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one I want. Share. Boom. Right there. And we'll get it nice and large. And where's my little tools? Spotlight. Yes. And I'll make it that. And right here, as you can see, is Camisnia. And you're in this town. It's kind of like a port town. It's a river port town. Very good size. From your travels, from where you've come from, some of you from far lands, some of you from not so far away, you're in the bustling of the city. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening, and the pubs are starting to gear up, from the longshoremen from down at the river coming on up, and from the end of the peasants' day's works going on. The smells are very strong of the river, and you're getting a west wind that's coming in off the swamp areas that's up over here. Let's see here. Yeah, right here's that swampland, and you're getting that coming from this way, the winds on in. So you smell a little bit of that muck and decaying debris slightly on the air, but it's hard to get through the smell of the streets between the bakeries, the butchers, the mescarai, and the people. And in certain areas there will be certain evidence of someone's hard drinking on the cobblestone streets outside of a pub or two. So you'll have a very abundant smell of different items throughout the city, as far as that. And in there, you'll be close to the Roaring Lion Inn. And I'll turn it on over to, let's see here. I'll turn it on over to. We'll go with with Kirk first, with his character, so he can kind of describe what he's doing, how he got there, with a slight background, and then we'll see about how all three of you will meet up and come together. Over to you, Kirk.
Okay, so Kazil, Dwarf Paladin, Fire Traveler from Dragonlar, a droid hole, droid by a red dragon. Reserve, and floors, no tolerance that reveal a dragon, and quick finger around 5.
Okay. I don't know. Caius, are you having a hard time hearing what? That was a bit choppy, Kirk. But I hate to say that. Let's see here.
We'll try to.
There is an echo.
All right. And I will stop the share for the moment. Drop us on back over here. And there we are.
Can you hear us all right?
I hear you fine, Julia.
Yep.
Kirk.
What about me?
Yep. Yep. It's nice and clear there.
That's better. It's so quiet now.
As far as that, Caius, you hear him fine right now?
Yep.
Okay, good. So, don't want to make you necessarily repeat, but if you can do the clip notes.
Okay. Kaziel, Paladin, from Forgotten Settlement, Dragonlance. Far travel background. Speaks common, dwarf, draconic. The gods are under his Moradin. Strong code of honor, propriety that has no comprehend. Ideals, reserved. No tolerance to those that research or revere dragons, and quick to anger around wildfires.
Quick to anger around what?
Like wildfires, so if there's a situation with fires, kind of, yeah, freaks out a bit. Kind of like the hound.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, shoot, wrong thing.
Did you want stats in chat?
No. That's fine. I was just looking for more of the RP side of it, but that's fine. Then we'll jump over. What are you doing there in front of the roaring lion inn?
What are you doing now? Sorry, the sound's really quiet on our side. Are you able to turn your microphone up? He can't hear from his side.
No? Okay. Let's see here. How's that right there?
Is that better?
Can you?
It's still quite quiet.
Quiet.
The downside of using the onboard speaker on this is it's not very good.
Okay. Shoot. Caius, how's my audio coming?
You're loud and clear with me, but I've got headphones, which always make things easier.
I'm just trying to find the best place on that. So, I got everything turned up to the max there, Julie and Kirk. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We'll work it out.
All right. No, I just Kirk. I was just wondering for the RP aspect, what your paladin was doing outside the Roaring Lion Inn and such, and his base motivation for being in Commissnia at the moment.
Also, left. So I left my homeland to seek out any legends of red dragons, because I'm trying to find and kill any red dragons just as a sort of vengeance.
Okay, and we'll jump on over to where you'll see this little halfling or childlike individual standing off by the corner of the Roaring Lion. As far as that, Julie, and then I'll turn the agency over to you and your character.
So I live a simple life. I am a halfling rogue, so I wander around and I'm interested in learning all about nature and gardening. And I am a little bit mad, chaotic, but overall decent person. And I'm just an adventurer looking to learn more about the different marine wildlife.
Alrighty, so there we got the start of that's there at the Roaring Lion, and Caius, your character coming up to the Roaring Lion or coming out. Maybe you can handle that aspect and such.
Yes, arriving at the Roaring Lion is a quietly well-dressed human in mail, with a sword hanging from his belt and a shield at the moment over his shoulder, not in any place where he can use it handily, and it's got an insignia on the back that could actually attract Kazal's attention, because it looks a bit like a golden dragon, but on second looks it might, heraldry, it's not very clear always, it might be a lion rampant as well. And he's got the same insignia on his red cloak, which hangs comfortably from his shoulders, and he's got a look of he's just talking to a stable boy to look after his from the looks of him, he should be riding a sort of white warhorse, but he's actually a rundown mule. He's asking the stable guy to look after it, and always his face is pulled up into a slight distasteful look from the smell blowing in from the swamps, and his stomach rumbles, and he starts heading into the Roaring Lion.
As you start walking towards the entrance of the Roaring Lion, all of a sudden, through the entranceway comes being thrown out through the doorway in the air, this large cat-like humanoid individual, and you hear a booming large voice from what you would all be able to get a glimpse of a bugbear bouncer innkeeper throwing this large cat-like person out the door, hollering, stop causing problems in here, talking about grand tales of a huge book that no one can lift, and exploding dark shadows and up in the old ruins outside of town. There's no such thing as a 20-foot book by 10 foot and 4 foot thick that no one could put such a thing at a place. You've been drinking too much fermented milk, some lioness amber. Come back when you're sober. And as he goes on, you can really smell this fermented milk with a very strong alcoholic smell about his fur as he comes flying out onto the cobblestones. And he just kind of skids there, collects himself. He doesn't seem to get hurt. He kind of just slides on in there with a drunken grace, let's say. It's up to you guys.
Oh. Pick him up, dust him off. And
I'm inclined to stay in the shadows.
Oh, okay. And as you're dusting him off, he's going to hiss a little bit, and he'll be kind of hacking a little bit, almost like a slight furball hack coming from his throat. And he'll be saying, "They're in the ruins, watch out." there's a huge book. I couldn't even open it. The cover is so heavy. I can feel the weight now. And you gotta watch out. There's some shadows there protecting it that explode when you hit them. You gotta be careful. There's strange things going on about the old ruins out there. Everyone says I'm crazy, but I know I'm not. I know what it about got the best of me. And he'll kind of stumble off into the crowd.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear, says the human to the dwarf. Was he talking about, he shudders at the very idea, a 20-foot book?
He was, but he was also rambling a lot of other nonsense about exploding shadows.
I had to sit in some classes and read a book once whilst my tutor beat me to make me pay attention. The idea of a 20-foot book scares me stupid.
Probably make a nice flame, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come creeping out of the shadows. I'm intrigued. There must be something about the tomb that has this effect on people. There must be something to cause the people to act in this way.
The human starts as you suddenly appear and start chatting.
I'd be interested in seeing the place, if either of you fellows are going.
Well, my stomach's rumbling. I need a meal first, but it has caught my attention. I'd be willing to have a look, and as you say, maybe burn it.
Well, we could discuss terms of this adventure over some food in this inn, as long as we don't upset this bugbear.
Well, you'll notice that the bugbear, as soon as he relieved his establishment of this crazy cat, he turned around to go back to go about his business, as you would think.
If the bugbear gives us any trouble, we'll make him read the book.
So, should we head in?
Let's do it. My name's Brian, by the way.
Oh.
Cobalt.
Kaziel. I was going to do introductions over food, but I suppose we could do it now.
Then we don't have to interrupt, and we can get down straight to eating.
Fair.
As you guys are going on in talking with each other, you'll see this bugbear behind the bar. The room is filled up. There's only about one table left. There's usually about 12 tables there, but there's all 11 are pretty well full. There's this one off into the back corner that seems to be open. And as you come on in, the bugbear will bellow out, "I've told you, urchins, you kids, stay out, get. And then he'll backpedal when he's talking towards Tobold. And he'll say, oh, sorry, my shortness. I get your kind mixed up with these urchins that come in here to try to deface my clientele. Sorry about that. We run a reputable business here. Only the best food and wine and entertainment that can be had for a cheap iron piece."
I'm sure we can make our peace over a sample of that wine.
And he'll say, "What can we do for you?" And you'll see this this establishment has two waitresses going very busily around. One is human, and the other one kind of resembles a human, but you're not totally sure.
Head towards that table.
Yeah. Go sit down.
And this, and the one that looks to be human will come on over and ask, "What can I get you, fine patrons? What do you want? We have a special tonight. It's called roast gator, fresh from the swamps. Our chef does an excellent job with it. It might be a bit spicy for y'all. Are there any drinks that you would like?" And she will be very, very accommodating.
Bring us your wine list, says the human, not really getting the idea of the level of this place.
I'll have 3 flagons of ale, please.
Okay. What type of ale do you want? They're unitely individual. We have we have a variety of ales as far as that, and there's a special one that's come on in from Red Gill called Iron Skull Ale.
Sounds dwarven to me.
Well, they claim it is, and they claim it's a long lost recipe, but it hasn't taken hold here quite yet. But it may, for some that desire such a brutal named drink.
Okay, I'll entertain it. We'll see if it's dwarven or not.
Okay, she'll go and she'll be getting that after she takes. And you, little one, would you like a drink?
I was hoping I'd get a sample of that wine after I'd be referred to as a child.
Oh, okay. And she'll bring you over a small half-pint wine goblet, and back to Caius's character there, Talik. She'll bring you this wine list, and it seems to be somewhat short. There's only 5 wines on it.
Do you have any Fort Donath 87? He says,
she'll
not really even looking at it.
She'll look and she'll kind of frown, or furrows on her brow a little bit. Haven't heard that, but we have a special wine just for the likes of your standard of class as they come in. And she'll get that and she'll bring it. You guys can, let's see here. Let me see. Okay, how slick is she gonna be? Not very slick. So you guys notice she goes back and she'll tell the bugbear, 2 wines and 1 iron skull. And the wine, he'll draw off the same wooden cask that he gets for the for Tobold, and Talik will have the same, and and she'll bring them on back. But Talik will have a large wine goblet where she brings the smaller as the sample, the half pint for the half pint to say, and say, here you go. This one here, little one, this is this is the house wine here. It's no complaints we get here. And she'll turn to Talik and she'll say, this is the best that we have here. It's acclaimed well throughout the city.
He takes out a handkerchief and wipes the rim of the glass and shrugs and starts sipping it down and turns to his companions. So, what's this about? Have you heard about a giant book before? Did you hear where he said it? Are you interested in it? You look like you can handle yourselves. I assure you I can too.
I reach out and I attempt to refill my own glass from Brian's, subtly, without him noticing.
Not that hard to do.
Okay, awesome. Free wine, I like it. Downing that completely. I say, yeah, we're off tomorrow, right?
I'm interested in whatever the business of the day is.
A book. Ooh. Yeah, I swore to Wonder the World's destroying evil, and I've never heard of such evil as a 20-foot book. Ugh, the very idea.
Well, it could contain many things. Lost knowledge, interesting photographs or maps.
We'll see.
Do we know what kind of time of the day it is?
Yeah, so about now, when you first met up, it was about 5 o'clock in the evening. Now it's about 5:30 in the evening. As far as that, she'll bring when she brings out your drinks. The Iron Skull. When you partake of that, give me a Constitution saving throw, Kirk, or Kazeel, rather. Sorry.
5.
That hits you right down into the core of your feet and your stomach. It boils of warmth, and it makes you kind of relax a little bit, and you're remembering, it brings you almost back to the same euphoria that you had when you took your vows to your order, of how wonderful and exciting it was. And then she'll hand you a menu and ask, do you all want something to eat? We have a variety. We only sell the best foods in here. And if you all would, give me an actual perception check.
8.
Natural 20.
Okay.
+3.
16.
All right. She must, Tobold must be too short to really see, but there's behind the bar, you'll see the doorway to the kitchen that's kind of opened on up. And you'll, any of you guys speak Goblin?
No, not me.
Nope.
Okay. You'll hear some, excuse me, some strange words being hollered and shouted back there. Some of it, by tonage, you'll know is from displeasure and such. But you'll see this goblin jumping back and forth and over there. Talik and Kazeel with this dirty, crazy chef's hat tilted off to the one side and a big ladle in the other, to give you an idea of who your chef is. And so she'll bring you she'll drop off the menus there for you to decide. She'll sit there, she'll stand there, and that's it. She'll stand there waiting.
I've suddenly lost my appetite, but I am interested in one thing. That cat fellow who threw out of here a minute ago. What's going on with him?
Oh, he was causing a scene in here. He drank down that Linus Amber, and he started telling great tales about exploding shadows. Who's ever heard of a shadow explode? I've been out in the daylight. My shadows never exploded. And
You know where we could find him?
oh, I don't know.
Is he a regular here, or is he just passing the town?
He just stumbled in here a night ago, and he come on in and he started drinking and that Linus Amber, and the more he drank, the crazier he talked. He talked about this 20-foot book.
Bring me a glass of Linus Amber. It sounds good.
Oh, okay, and she'll go and she'll tell you, I'll get you that as soon as I can get your orders placed. We're rather busy, so it may take a while for you to get your food, but I'm sure it's going to be excellent for your palate. We haven't had any complaints by the chef at all.
I'll pass on the food. I've suddenly lost my appetite since seeing into the kitchen.
I'll have some of your gator stew, please. All of your gator stew. I'm an adventurer in my appetite, as in other things.
That's the special today. You'll do well by it. It only swims and bites once in a while.
Yeah.
And okay. How about you, little one?
I forage my own. I'll be fine.
Okay. She'll look kind of oddly at Tobold and like, okay.
I'll whisper to Tobold, you're probably making the right choice. I've seen the chef after looking goblin.
And she'll get the Linus Ale. She'll bring out a big bowl of the gator stew for you. And she'll say, that'll be for your iron skull. That's an iron piece for your short ale. Oh yeah, that was yeah. What was that? That was a bronze piece, or no? That was a free sample because you got set upon. Yes. She'll go, and for you, my affluent friend, talking to Talik, that'd be a gold piece for your stew and your drink.
He starts fishing through his purse and then curses and turns it upside down on the table, sort of tipping it so it all clatters out, looking through the silvers until he finds a gold and hands it over. So everyone in the tavern can hear and see. And see, he's no idea about money.
I think you're running some sort of scam here.
Do you say that? Does what? Yes. How much should I pay?
No more than an iron piece, and that stew looks revolting.
No more than an iron piece, says Talik.
She'll say, no, it's a gold. You've gotten the best that we got, the best wine, the top shelf. We don't serve that to everybody.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's fair enough, I say, turning back. You heard it.
Wine tasted the same that I drank from his cup as it did mine.
Yeah, and it came from the same place, just to remind Talik that he did notice that. But
I have refined tastes, and you have to pay a little bit more to get quality. I don't mind paying a little bit more, says this moron in front of you.
You can't protect people that are beyond protection.
Okay, and when the big bowl of stew comes there, you'll see part of the lower part of a gator's paw and leg kind of floating there. It will have a milky color to it, but there will be a lot of red, almost spice-like, that's mixed in with it. You'll see some it looks like some peppers. There's some onions. There's some carrots that's mixed in with it, and some taters as far as that. And let's not forget
Some eyeballs, I don't doubt.
Excuse me?
So there's likely to be some eyeballs in a stew like that.
Well, we charge, and she'll whisper over to you, we charge extra for eyeballs. That's a side dish. We fry them excellently. As far as that, so that you'll get that, and as far as that, and and if you drink the Linus ale, give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 15.
Okay. It doesn't seem to bother you so much, except the flavor is really strange because it has that strong, almost homemade, clear rum taste, like you would make when you, I don't know if you ever had this drink, Seco Con leche. It's a homemade rum from Panama with milk.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a unique flavor, and it hits you. But it does have a hint of sour milk into it. No curds, but just a hint of sour milk.
A sophisticated palate drinks down in the old shit. So he'll knock it back, assuming that it's rare and strange.
Okay. And the evening's going on as far as that. Basically uneventful from what you could tell. The clientele gets really raucous the later it gets. And there seems to be more people in there. Right now, it seems to be about 30 people in, and a lot of people looking for tables if they could find them. So a bunch are standing up around the bar, up behind other patrons at tables. Some of them trying to make them feel uncomfortable, maybe to intimidate them to leave, to whatever. But that's the painted scene.
I'll head outside to smoke my pipe, clear out of the crowd.
I'm going to go with him to discreetly eat rations.
Okay.
And with 2 free sort of chairs at my table, I'll be trying to see if anyone will try and intimidate me out of my seat.
Let's see here. Actually, no. They seem to stay back away from me. I hate that die today. You guys are going to get lucky. But no, they seem to stay back. I don't know if it's because of the crest that you have on your sword that's showing on up and on your gear that they kind of partially see, or if it's just because they haven't seen too many people drink the Linus ale and keep it down and such. So they're kind of standoffish. They're waiting to see if there's intestinal fireworks that will come about between the stew and the Linus ale and such.
So outside, am I hearing, is there anyone else around?
There's yeah, you'll hear the bustle a multitude of races going up and down the street. And they'll be talking about the day's work and such, and they'll be pointing off towards the Roaring Lion and talking about this cat-like fella that was talking about these outlandish tales. He must be a crazy. We saw him running down out the front gate, out towards the northeast a little bit, towards the woods. He must be possessed by some kind of spirit or being. No one.
I'll ask how long ago they saw that.
Excuse me, I talked over you. My bad.
How long ago did they see the cat thing running in that direction?
They'll say, well, it was if asked, and that's easy enough done. They'll say, yeah, it was. Oh, what was it? And they'll hold out their hand when they're rubbing their forehead to you, and such, and saying, was that a day ago? Was that an hour ago? I'm having a hard time remembering.
They're trying to get money.
Right, okay. Just say that next time. I can't lip read for the life of me.
They're holding their hand out, rubbing their head.
Oh. I'm not that perceptive as a real person.
Okay.
I roll a natural one in life.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Well, ignorant of that, I'll just look at them like they're stupid and wander off if they don't give me an answer.
Okay, I love that. But you know that he's headed out the gate towards the woods, and
it can't be more than a few hours ago. That's when we saw him.
Yeah.
So I'll head in and just check behind me to make sure that Kazil's following. Just to go let Brian know we've got an idea of which direction we can find the cat man.
Yeah,
very
I'll come
good.
along. I've got nothing better on today.
So, are we trying to find the cat man or the caves that he went to?
Well, I figure he'll know where the caves are.
Mm-hmm. Good plan.
We won't have an idea at this point, to my knowledge, unless I've missed anything else.
Okay, it's probably about 8 o'clock at night. You gonna track after him?
Shall we go in the evening, in the night, and hope to stumble across him in the dark, or wait until the morning? I don't know. I've heard dwarves can see and see in the dark, and can halflings?
No.
You can.
Yeah.
You
It
can.
doesn't come up on my character sheet.
Is it?
All right, apparently I can. I was planning on sleeping outside anyway, so where I sleep is of no concern to me.
I'll find somewhere to sleep other than this place. With the way they're charging for their ale and wine, I don't think I'd fancy the price list.
No, with the money I paid, I was expecting something slightly more, to be honest.
And it definitely was subpar for your palate. I'll let you have that palate. Overpriced and subpar.
Let's. We could head out, see if we can. Maybe in the dark, maybe he'll set up a fire and we can spot his campfire against the silhouette, the smoke from his campfire silhouetted against the night sky, or something like that, or find him. We'll see. And if not, we can set up camp in the forest and look in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. We want to head northeast to find him.
Okay, and let's see here. We'll pop this up. Share that. And bring this over here so I can see it a little bit. There, a little better. Oh, come here. And yeah, and let's get this right here. where he is maybe. Are you seeing the map? All right, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And we'll make. I want something that's going to stand out color wise. But not, do that. He was headed kind of this way, and you'll make it out about here, and it will be about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and you're not seeing any fires. You're on kind of an open grass plain outside of a stand of woods, and in the distance you'll see another stand of woods off there that is pretty thick.
I'm inclined to head towards the woods. He'd go there for shelter.
Yep. That sounds sensible to me.
Look around to see if there's any path situation towards it, any recent, digging the ground marks.
Give me a survival check.
Any general cat stuff?
Scratched tree trunks and things like that.
Can I survey the mountain range to see if there's any peculiarities to it from here?
The mountain range is quite a distance.
Oh, okay.
From you can see it from where you are, right? Let me get that back there. Annotate. Yeah, right there, right color. Because you guys are right here at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
You're excuse me. You're in that in between the two forests on the field between the rivers. The rivers are big enough that you can see them from where you're at. They're fairly wide. They're major thoroughfares where like barges or good decent sized boats wouldn't have a problem going up and down them. Big sailboats or fishing type boats may, because you don't know the depth of the river yet.
So the only heading we have is still northeast.
Yeah. As far as that, what did Tobold find with her survival check?
Oh, it's 6, isn't it?
Yeah,
6. So
Okay.
very much.
You don't. You're having a hard time seeing any kind of track as far as that, but there is a sour milk smell on the wind. Very, very, very faint, and you're not sure what direction it's coming from, because the wind seems to be not very strong from any one direction.
And we can hear no sounds of life or anything. Owl like that you might have disturbed?
You'll hear some birds. You might hear a howl from time to time. As off into the woods. You may hear a strange meow or call.
Very interested in that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, can I tell which direction it's coming from?
It seems to be coming from the northeast.
Yeah, keep heading there.
Well, we were setting up camera. What time is it now?
About 11 o'clock at night.
Should we?
Need to sleep?
Should we? Well, we're with a human. It would be impolite. Can't just have him trudging off into the black night.
Yeah, all right.
She's agreeing. She's just making coffee.
Okay, that's fine.
Very considerate of you. Thank you very much. I wasn't gonna. I'd happily follow you into the darkness, but you know, I'm slowing you down.
Well, if you're bartering with that waitress as anything to go by, you're a very trusting person indeed.
Well, thank you.
Excellent. So, should we set up camp? Do we need to do any sort of checks?
Well, if you guys want to set up camp, you'll be able to set up camp and
Get a little fire going,
okay,
etc.
no
As
problem.
we're about to sleep, I may as well do one of my checks just to make sure there's nothing going on around.
Okay.
Who is it? Any celestial, fiend, or undead, any consecrated or desecrated place or object. Just going to do it just because I can.
Okay. And the range on that?
Only 60 feet, so just to make sure that our immediate location isn't some sort of horrible.
Well,
You don't sense any
Okay.
any being other than, I'll give you what you would feel would be natural wildlife as far as from your knowledge base around.
Okay. Just as a paladin and an explorer, it probably would have been something I picked up by now.
Yep, no problem.
Where we set up.
You guys going to set up any watches or just sleep through the night?
What does the weather look like?
It's partly overcast. You see some stars once in a while. The clouds seem to be moving, covering some. Once in a while, the moon will show itself. It's a crescent moon.
Is there a tree we could set up a canopy in case it rains?
Yeah, that's no problem. You'll be able to do all that.
Okay.
I suggest, since it's already dark and my eyes can't see much, how about one of you take the first? You take the first two watches. Say, we'll go in order of height. So if you take the first watch, you the middle one, and I'll take the last one. 2.5 hours each. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to heal anything. We don't need to all.
Approximately.
Yeah.
Do we really need to keep watch? We're just outside of a town, aren't we?
I wouldn't have kept watch, but if the human's scared, then we can keep watch.
He argues. I'm, people have stolen from me in the past, and it's my sharp wits. By keeping my wits about me, I prevent thieves and people stealing from me, and I don't want people thinking. Pardon?
I'm pretty good at climbing trees. I can stick your stuff at the top. It'll be safe.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll make efforts to
I'll scramble up the nearest
hide
tree.
anything we've got that's valuable, and then set to sleep then.
Okay. No problem as far as that. And you go.
No problem. He's a dwarf. They always snore.
Well,
the kindness of my heart, I'll let you fall asleep first.
yeah. Let's see here. No, that's not. Kinda. Come on here. Yeah, you go through the night with no issues. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, zoomed in.
Right there. And reallocate that. And Yep, you guys are, we'll say, right there. You go through the night. You all get rested. You have you still have the benefits of a long rest. Starting this. Nothing happens through the night. If you guys want to wake up early, late, whatever, you guys can make the call. If you want to sleep in or not.
I'm naturally accustomed to rising with the dawn.
Okay. Then you'll be on up.
And really annoying, foraging anything I can and cluttering about.
All right. Give me a survival check for what you forage.
4. I can't roll today.
You'll
I die.
You'll find a handful of black, blue, dark berries.
I'm not eating them right away because I'm just preparing breakfast for us. So,
okay.
better than later.
So hard to find mushrooms.
All right.
Oh, I ate the mushrooms.
How's Talik and
He's still that kind of teenager that kind of hugs onto his bedroll until as long as possible until people grumble at him to get out of his bed.
Oh, I start getting bored then with him not
Yeah.
rising and just start throwing berries at his face.
Eventually kind of he gets up and then gets sort of washes his face. Has a little sort of practice workout, sort of easing up his limbs, and then sort of looks around, scraping his hand over his chin, pretending he's got bristles from the night, but actually he's quite young, and he hasn't really, he's with a dwarf who's got a real beard, and he's trying to pretend he's an adult, but he's not really.
Kazeel replats his beard, looking perplexed and disappointed with Tolbold for tormenting the human.
all right. So it gets probably about we'll say 8 o'clock, and all your tormenting, stretching, working on out, and morning vespers for those that perform such things will all be done.
Absolutely.
And what?
Right, let's head out north. It was northeast, wasn't it? He says, heading off northwest.
Northeast.
Northeast.
Yep.
Okay, he says, changing his route. He's not very good at outdoor sort of survival.
Apparently I'm not anymore either.
All right, and you'll go through the day. That's no problem. It'll get.
I'll keep an eye out for other things that I can forage along the route.
Okay, give me one more survival check, then, and we'll call it.
I don't want to.
See if you can find some catnip.
Oh,
I recommend.
What?
Catnip is actually one of the reasons that I am going to this place in the first place. I've got suspicions on what must have driven the guy so mad, and it's basically the catnip effect because I'm so into gardening. That's the reason I'm going.
Okay. What did you get on your survival?
10.
A 10? Okay. That's good enough for this area. You'll find a mixture of wild onions and some mushrooms and wild cucumbers and some nuts, hazelnuts, we'll say.
Cool.
Finally, some food.
And it takes you probably up to about you're not to the ruins quite yet, but you're very close. and it's like 5 o'clock in the evening. By the time you get up about here,
Does it seem like anyone else has been around lately?
and I need, since none of you all were really being stealthy and such,
Don't believe it.
I'll
Dishonest.
I want to have you guys make perception checks.
Yeah, 15. Finally rolled a 10.
17.
3.
And we switched places.
Okay. Talik must be doing something, paying attention someplace else. But Kazil and Tobold, you notice about 100 yards up away from you, you see these old tower ruins of stone that's knocked over, partial walls and like that, and where you can get the general gist of approximately how big dimensions around it is or was, which would be about 40 foot by 40 foot, give or take. And but even more so than that, you'll notice that there's these dragon-like beings out there walking around, almost like standing guard. As far as that, so I'll leave that into your hands to go from there.
I'm going to be interested in those dragon-like beings. Is there any sort of check I can do to learn more about them?
Either a nature or a knowledge history.
No bonus.
Either way. 5.
You don't recall anything outside of that they do resemble dragons, but they seem to be walking on 2 feet instead of 4. And from from your perception, you see that they're carrying shields and spears.
Well, that's terrible.
How large are they?
Like dragons to me, for me to be interested in killing them.
I'll be pushing Brian in the right direction because I can see he's wandering off to northwest.
How many
I'm just
are
making
there?
sure I stay behind him.
Right now, you see 4.
Careful! I've just spotted 4 little
They're
reptile-like beings.
and let me let's see here. I'll stop sharing that. I don't need to have that up there right now. And I'll get you a picture of basically what you are seeing. So, oh, okay. Can't do that. I got to move it. Ready. Let's see here. Are they in this right here? They're not terribly big. Let's see.
What size would you say? Medium?
In comparison to human.
Comparison to human. Okay. Get my eyes on. I'll do it with the paper. I wanted to find a picture and post up there for you so you can have a better look. But they're classified as a small humanoid type, so they're about the size of Tobol.
He's Googled the picture. I can see what it look like. It's cool.
I'm assuming it's a kobold. I'm showing her so that she knows. I see that.
And okay, let's see here. I'm going to. Where did
These aren't exploding shadows.
They might have exploding shadows.
We should be careful.
Should. I'm still hidden behind you.
I think we have an exploding shadow, don't we? Looking at the road.
Just sounds like I'm gonna shit myself somewhere.
It does a bit.
Yeah.
Is there any strategic opportunity present?
They didn't. They really haven't noticed you as far as your strategy.
Are they guarding something?
It appears that they are guarding something.
What's the kind of like tree density like? If I was to shoot an arrow off to the side, would they be distracted by the noise, whereas but not seeing the arrow?
It's a fairly dense tree area here. It's as far as the forest. There's easy enough path for humanoid, medium to small to meander around without a lot of difficulty. It's not difficult. It's not difficult terrain.
I'll nudge Kazeel and encourage him to throw a rock to distract their attention as we go around, or as I go around at least.
So I'm gonna help her.
I'm not
stealth,
strong.
By throwing a rock.
I want it to be over there so that we can. I'm picturing it in my head. I don't know if I'm picturing it wrong.
Are you looking for like a stealth with advantage? Or?
No, I'm looking for not immediate attack. Get close to the area.
So you're gonna scout.
I'm seeing us looking on this.
Should we just walk up to them and
I mean, I'm fully up for the walking up to them and hitting them situation.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay back. Go for it.
Let's see.
and you could sneak around whilst we're sort of walking up.
Yeah.
Right here.
Iron range. Yeah, it's a couple.
Right here.
Iron range to throw my hammer.
You'll see is right this cutie. You see the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll stop the share on that. That's what you're seeing of the floor right at the moment. And so you're just gonna walk on up to him?
Not me, I'm staying hidden.
So we're approaching. Me and Brian are approaching openly with Tobolds sneaking.
All right.
As I get in range, I'm gonna throw my hand axe.
Oh, and just before you do, I call out to them, "Hell, little scaly folks! I am Tally." Whoa! And there's that as the axe goes past.
Tobold, give me a stealth check. And I'll have them do it.
12.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I had them do their stealth, their perception at disadvantage, so I know what they're doing because they were being kind of distracted from once Kazeel got up there close enough to throw the axe, which is about 20 feet away from him, unless you want him to throw it with disadvantage.
No, I'll throw without disadvantage if possible.
And you got Talik stepping out from the woods with Kazeel yelling out there, hailing them and such. And let's go ahead and roll for initiative just to get that out of the road.
14.
Okay.
17.
Oh, we got a 17 for Kazeel.
18.
Okay, 18 for Bold, and Talik. And let's see what they get. Oh, great! They got a nice 20. But only the 4 of them. So with that, you threw the axe. You'll have that basically like a surprise round. before them reacting, even though I think technically in 5e there's no such thing. But you'll have that. The action economy will go with Talic yelling and hailing them, and then they'll react. Their reaction into the line of the initiative will be 2 of them will be hollering. Do any of you guys speak Draconic?
I do.
You'll hear the 2 hollering, "Mistress, mistress, we're under attack!" And as far as that, and the other 2 will go ahead and throw their spears, one at Talic and one at Kazil.
Talic raises his shield to help shield Kazil as well. And, so it's disadvantage on Kazil.
All right. Let's see here. I hope that was my disadvantage that I rolled. Yes, it was by 1. Holy shoot. Let's see here. And what's there with the spear? You get a +3 to hit. So that'd be, does a 15 hit Kazil?
No.
Oh, okay. So it bounces off of Talic's shield and goes askew, and the one throwing at Talic will also miss. A dirty booger. I know that misses. That he rolled so low on the dice. as far as that, and Tobal, you're further back. We'll say that you're from them. Let's say 80 feet. You stayed into the.
Okay. Then I'm looking to move around to the side, whichever way is considered furthest from Kazil and Talic, so that I can sneak attack, but I'm not close enough yet.
All right, we'll have you roll to the right then.
Yeah.
All right. And
can I use the rest of my action to like get a bit more distance then?
say again.
Can I use my action to get a bit more distance, to get a bit closer?
Yeah, that is. You'll roll that way, and we'll say you move at a 20, but you're trying to stealth, so that's 10. But if you do a dash, that'll make it 20 stealthy. Would you want to get into position? So you're 60 feet away from them.
Okay.
Stealth.
I'll be right back.
Kazil,
Yeah.
it's your go. You're up.
Okay. Which of the kobolds is closer?
They're both about the same. I mean, you're talking a foot or 2 difference between the one that threw a spear at you and the one that threw a spear at Talic.
How far are they from me?
20 feet.
20 feet. Oh yeah, I'll close in on them then.
Oh,
And attack.
all right.
With the hammer.
Go ahead and roll that beam footage and see what we get.
I got 2, so it's not gonna work.
And the mighty dwarf barrels forward, and he swings his warhammer, and he says, "I got you, you little worm." And then he goes, "Oops." Anything else? You got your movement. Do you got a bonus action you want to try, or anything?
Can I try and shove one? Or is that bonus?
No,
It's
that'd
not a
be
bonus.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, I can't think of anything.
All right, Talic, it's your go. You see your dwarven buddy charge forward and whiff.
I can't remember the first axe. Did it hit the one that he threw at the beginning, or not? Are there any?
No, it didn't.
Okay. Are there any? So how many? There are still 4 kobolds there.
Yes.
And they're shouting it. So I'll basically run up and sort of cover Kazil's back So we're in amongst them. We've closed, and I'll actually just be fighting defensively, sort of tactically, sort of covering. Because there are 4 of them, I'm fighting defensively, taking the dodge maneuver.
Oh, okay.
But I'm making sure I'm within 5 and distracting them, so the rogue can sneak attack. Hopefully.
Well, yeah. Well, with Kazeel up onto the one, he's within 5 feet of him, and you said you moved on up there, basically with Kazeel to cover his.
Are all 4 within range now, or not? Or only 2?
The other 2 that were hollering stayed back where they were hollering. They're about another.
2 moved forwards and 2 stayed back. Okay, got you.
2,
if that's the case, then if there's only 2 on us at the moment,
yes.
I then won't dodge. I'll just attack.
Okay, go ahead. Roll the hit.
I get a total of 19.
Oh, that definitely hits. So go ahead and do your damage.
So my sword slams into him for 9 points of damage.
Let me get their hit points down here. Nine. Beautiful 9. Alrighty. And he'll kind of hiss a sound of a little bit of pain. There's a scratch that kind of cuts across his armor and such, but nothing major.
Look of surprise and shock on Talik's face. He was expecting the enemy to drop.
And such. So from there, it's up on Nurgle.
He had a smug look on his face, but that's gone now.
Okay. And it's there up, and the one on Talik, not Talik, we'll go with Kazeel first. Oh, that's a miss. There, I don't believe a 10 hits Kazeel.
18.
And an 18. How about Talik?
Yep, that'll get me.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, he was just kind of he stepped back, expecting the kobold to drop, and the kobold goes and stabs him. The bugger.
Take 4 points of piercing damage.
Ah! Damn it, you little! And he starts swearing.
And the other 2 that were about 15 feet behind, they seem like they've taken a defensive position, and you hear them. As far as Kazeel they're hollering something, but Kazeel will definitely understand them saying, "Hurry up, mistress! We'll hold them! We'll protect you, mistress!" So they're standing a defensive position with their spears and shield on out, and from there, Tobold.
See, I want to get closer, but if I keep sneaking, it's going to take me forever.
Well, you don't have to stealth to get closer.
Yeah. How far away did you say I was?
You were 60 feet away.
60 feet. Yeah, I'm going to close the gap. I've got 25 foot speed, so just take off distance.
Doing what?
No, because I'm not going to take this. No, I'll use my 25 feet, so.
All right, but you're not stealthing, right?
I can't, can I, if I'm using my full 25?
Not really, but that leaves you an attack action. That would put you at 35 feet away. Excuse me?
I'm going to use my shot, though.
Oh, okay. You could have used that back at 60 foot without disadvantage.
But at that point, I wanted to sneak.
Okay. Well, who
You're so far away.
Who are you shooting at?
Whoever's closest to me. I'm not one of the ones that are under attack by these two.
Okay. One of the ones standing defensively.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Why is it those? I probably don't hit 10.
No, you don't hit. It hits the shield and bounces off to the side. Kazeel.
Yeah, I'll hit the kobold that closest. Yeah. Roll for it.
All right.
10.
No, you hit his shield with your hammer. You hear a loud ringing from the shield and the hammer. As far as that, you see they have leather armor plus the shield. As far as that, what they kind of have on it, and dealing with plus the spears. Anything else that you're going to do? You're going to move?
No, I'll just stand there with my
Okay.
shield out.
Talek.
Shouting his family battle cry, "Honor and disdain!" He swings his sword at and gets not a natural 20, but hits an AC of 24.
Well, that definitely hits.
4 hit points damage.
4?
Yep.
Okay. And he hisses a bit, but he's still standing.
And his battle cry actually is his second wind, so he's got some hit points back.
Okay. And that's Talek, and we're back up to the kobolds. So the one on Kazeel will try to hit him.
Oh, I again use my shield to cover him, so he's got disadvantage on this attack.
Man, you just ruined my day. I just rolled a crit.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Yes, I know you are. But let's see here. Okay. And a 17 will hit, though, at least. And right, Kazeel?
I'm 18 AC.
18? Okay. It comes, and it does. It hits. It hits right on the edge of the shield, misses your beard. You may have a hair or two from your beard fall slowly down onto the back of your shield hand, but no damage. And let's see about the one on Talek. Oh, that sucker. Oh, man. 12 does not hit Talek, does it?
No, he laughs at the mind's attempt.
So he whiffs at Talek, and with the spear, trying to catch him in between his shield and sword arm, but he goes right in between the armpit and hits nothing but air. And then the other two, the one will fall back behind the other one, taking a further defensive position, hollering, Mistress, hurry, save us. And the other one that was shot at with the arrow will look around and start taking the dodge action as far as that. And then that brings us to Tobal.
I'm going to go a bit closer. I'm going to get about 20 feet away.
Okay.
And throw my dagger.
Okay, roll the hit.
It wobbled on a 20 and then fell to a 2.
Oh, I love your dice.
I'm using that.
You throw it and you kind of slip with your fingers on the blade. It wobbles crazily through the air and falls right before his big claw toad in front of him. And he smiles and says, "Ha ha, got you, little one. Children don't come out to play with me." And we'll go to, unless there's something else, a bonus action or something that you want to do. Okay. Kazeel.
Can I pick up either the hand axe that I had earlier or her dagger? I just want to know where the hand axe is. If it's close
Well,
by.
the hand axe you would be able to. The dagger you wouldn't, because she's fighting one of the two that were
Oh, right. Okay.
feet away from. As,
Do I need to use an action to pick up that hand axe, or can I use a bonus?
you would,
free action, isn't it? If it's within
item
5.
item interaction would be a free action, but the problem is he has, if I'm not mistaken, a shield and a warhammer in one.
Uh-huh.
He would
Okay, I'll leave that for
he
now
would
then.
have to drop the warhammer or the shield.
I'll leave that for now then. I'll just make an attack on the one that's been hit already.
Oh, okay.
18, 24.
Oh, that you missed by a mile. Roll the damage.
Yes.
12.
12 points of damage.
Ooh.
Ooh, he's rocked. Yeah, yes, and
Bludgeoning damage.
let's see here. That's okay. You'll see part of his shield. You hit that and bent it on over. It came across, hit his jaw, and his jaw kind of goes sideways. And now it's not exactly matching up with his upper part of his jaw. His lower part is off to the one side, and he looks like he could be bloodied a bit.
Oof. Tough, these.
Especially when you keep rolling shit dice. Right?
All right, Alec,
Um,
the one that you damaged, Kazeel just damaged further. He's not looking healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to carry on him. So swinging out, trying to get under his guard. It's an AC of 15
Oh, that hits.
for 8 points damage.
For 8 points. All right. Oh man, he's howling and looking real rough, but he's still. You see his knee kind of buckle a bit, but he kind of gathers himself and brings himself back on up. And okay, that was Talik, and the kobolds will.
Again, I'm covering my ally with a defensive shield, so they've got disadvantage on their attack.
Oh.
How would it work if I tried to do the same to you?
You need to have the protection fighting
Oh, right.
spell.
I wondered what that was. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something you.
You
I think you can get it at second
Yeah.
level, but you can't get. I'm a fighter, so I got it at first.
Ah, okay.
And the spear hits off, clangs across your shield, missing Kazeel, and right there on that one, and the one that's looking so battered and bruised will try to make almost a death attack, maybe, and he will miss. He fumbles with it, trying, the blood running down his hands and making things slippery, and his feet sliding. It just falls short of hitting your armor or shield there, Talik. Kobold.
I'm gonna run in and try and hit him with my rapier. Very angry that he's referred to me as a child. I'm really tired of that.
Okay, the one that you've been attacking at?
Yeah.
Okay. Move on in. That's no problem. Roll to see if you can hit.
They're no good.
I'm just gonna go kill myself. I rolled a 3, so carry on.
He snickers in a snake-like tone at you. As far as that,
Reasonable.
Kazil.
I mean, I'd probably laugh as well. But yeah, I'll roll to try and finish off that kobold that's looking ropey. 19.
Okay, that hits. Do the damage.
7.
Okay, describe describe your kill.
The warhammer makes full contact with his forehead, and his skull squashes in around it.
All right.
You don't hit often, dwarf, but when you do, you hit well.
All right. That was Kazil. Talik, you have the one that's been trying to attack Kazil. That's still standing there.
Okay. I move up to him and just try and hook my as I'm sort of feinting with my sword. I try and grab him with my other hand and with my the hand that's sticking out of the shield, and just with grappling, just start running and try and run him into the one that's fighting Tobold. So I'm just using the. If I'm able to grapple, I'll then drag him 15 feet to where Tobold's fighting. I think, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I can. That.
I get an 18 on the grapple.
Okay. Chip. I hate you, dice. You get a firm hold onto him. You have a hold onto his spear arm, and you're able to move to the one standing in front of Tobold.
Yep. Not able to do anything else now, but that's my move for the for the time being.
And all right, it's up to them now, and the one that's grappled is going to try to break the grapple and being dragged from you, Talik. Don't even bother rolling.
Okay.
Hey, I mean, when you roll a 1 and then add their meager stat, it doesn't come. Even if you rolled the 1, you beat his strength. So that one's still grappled in there. The one that's being battled upon by Tobold will strike out at Tobold.
I'll cover Tobold with my shield this time.
Damn it. Yes, damn it. All right. His shield comes on up. He has the kobold hand in his shield hand. You see a shield Tobold come on up to protect you from the spear that's coming your way that clanks upon it. And the kobold that's in that same hand comes swinging around and takes part of the blocking action from his compatriot. And as a free action, he hollers back at the other, "Go save the mistress! Hopefully she got it. Get it. Save the mistress at all costs. I'll hold the land." And so that's the kobold's turns. Tobold.
Is the other one trying to run in anywhere or kind of leave us?
The one that was behind the one you're fighting is the one that's going back into the rooms.
Can I kind of move around the one that's with me without actually leaving its area so that I can shoot at the other one?
You would have to drop your rapier and pick up and readdress your bow to shoot. You can move to a side to get a shot if you wanted to.
Yes, please. I do. Ah, I rolled above 10 for the first time. 16.
Oh, that'll hit.
Oh, my God. 4.
4 points.
Yep.
Okay. You hear a slight hiss, but he keeps on running. Really doesn't seem to be too affected. Kazeel.
I'll roll to hit the kobold that's stood by us.
You're moving up to us?
Oh, yeah. I'll have to move up when I...
Yeah.
Yep.
Which isn't a big problem for your movement speed. They're only 15 feet away, so.
Yeah. 14, so I won't hit.
Oh, okay. And as you went to swing, the kobold kind of steps to the side because the battle area is getting congested between the one kobold that's grappled and the one that's trying to stave off and save the mistress by holding back on a final defense. Tally.
Are there any drops, any sort of cliffs, any things around like that around, or what's the terrain like?
The terrain is fairly flat, grassy, maybe a little bit of old pebble walkway, like going into the what might have been the entrance to the tomb, or the ruins rather.
When you say ruins, are there any sort of are there walls, sort of fallen down walls that I could kind of run up and get to a height, or not?
Yes. There are walls that are ruined, fell down. You could try to make your way there, but to get to them, you would have to leave the.
Yeah. Okay. What I'll do is I'll push the kobold to the floor. The one that I've got, the one that I'm holding. I'll sort of twist some of his clothing and try and get him lying down on his back. Twist his arm so it's twisted and he's falling on the floor. My wrestling is 14. I get for that.
And you really didn't need to roll for it because what he rolled to try to oppose you, he went down just like he was a broken matchstick.
Okay, so he's prone now, but
yes,
and can't get up because I've still got a hold on him.
All right, is that all you're doing?
That's all I can do.
Okay.
Hit it, whilst he's down.
And all right, the other
another of my noble house's mottos: hit them while they're down.
Classy family. I like it.
The kobold that's down is squealing. He's going to try to break the grapple. And okay, Talek, roll me an opposed grapple.
He's got to use strength, hasn't he, to break the grapple?
Yes, he does.
Oh, damn it! I only get an 8.
Oh, he breaks the grapple, so he's not grappled anymore. Great. Finally, something that worked out. I rolled a 12. And then the one fighting with Tobold will strike out at her.
I'll cover her with my shield again.
Damn you in that shield. Yeah. I had a 15 on the dice, and then I end up rolling a 9, and they get a 3. So a 12 does not do it.
No.
Oh, man. And the other one will dash toward into the ruins, and will start having a hard time seeing him, and he's screeching something in Draconic,
What is that?
which you don't understand, but Kazeel will be. We're falling, mistress! Run! And Tobal, it's up to you.
I don't think the mistress is a dragon.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to go for the guy that's next to me. Switch back to my rapier.
Okay.
Hey! 20. Not natural.
Okay. Roll the damage.
9.
Ooh, pretty good one. He squeals a little bit. Still standing. And where does that bring him? Okay. And that brings us to Kazeel.
I'll roll to hit the one that was engaged with Talik.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Oh,
Because you're using a melee weapon and it is still prone, even though it broke grapple.
yeah. The 24 to hit,
That definitely hits. Do up
and
to.
then 12 damage. Bludgeoning.
You said 12 damage?
Yep.
All right. He squeals.
They're quite squealy dragons.
Sounds like that's good noise. I like that sort of noise today.
As far as that.
Talik swings out and catches him slightly off balance. It hits an armor class of 19 for 4 points.
Okay. And squeals even more. All right.
Silence with your yibba yabba.
And let's see here. The kobold that's running away is out of sight because of rubble, more so than distance that's fallen down. So line of sight, you lose that. The one on Kobold will try to hit her or him. And are you putting your shield up against me?
Oh, yep.
Oh, I should have kept my mouth shut because that was a
The
nice
Kobold, yep.
on the dice.
Tobal's got the lightest armor of us also.
Okay. So, does a 17 hit Kobold? Yes, it does. And 4 points of piercing damage from the spear. And that was that one. And then the other one that is prone, that's being pounded on the ground, will try to crawl away on a dash. And so you see this kobold on the ground just crawling. So for all he's worth, and he moves about 40 feet.
Can we get an attack?
You will get an attack of opportunity, you and Kazeel.
Okay.
Not a wise move then.
It's trying to get inside behind his buddy and to protect the queen in its mind, or mistress.
Is the attack of opportunity at advantage because he's prone or not?
If you use a melee weapon, yes, it is.
Cool.
16. That's enough, isn't it?
Yep.
Again, it's just a glancing blow, 4 points.
I wouldn't have hit with either of my rolls.
He's having a bathroom break. I'll work in a sec.
Oh no!
The next person, I'll just do my
I was
best.
relying on you to kill
I
him.
know, right? I couldn't believe it.
It is definitely bloodied. It's squealing. for Kazeel, he'll understand. I'll give my life for you, mistress. As he's crawling, and he gets 40 foot away from where he was.
A crawl.
Down.
He's moving faster than a crawl.
Yeah, well, you can crawl. You can crawl at your full movement speed. It's when you stand, you take half movement.
I think when you well, anyway,
As far as you can stay. You can stay down and crawl. But that's what he's doing. And Tobold.
It's mine anyway. Just
Yes.
go. Sorry, right. Go. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
He's trying to wait around for his turn.
Plus 6 to hit and plus 4 to that.
That's nice. Go.
But Tobold, what are you doing?
she needs her coffee. Go.
I've had the coffee. I've had
Oh.
an amount of coffee. So we're going to be good for a while. Yeah, I'm going to hit him with my rapier again.
Okay.
Fingers
Roll.
crossed.
Okay. Roll a hit.
I don't want to. Oh, no, it's my usual roll. Doesn't matter. I rolled.
Okay.
Oh.
And anything.
I'm loving this. How incompetent, aren't we?
This is why I love low-level characters. They're fun.
But the thing is, my bonuses are great. I mean, before when you got me to roll stealth, my bonus was 7.
Yeah.
That's great, but
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's going to work. He has rolled in advance to be able to hit something with a warhammer, and he's told me his bonus.
What did he roll to hit?
He rolled a 12 and has a +6 to attack,
All right, that hits.
and he rolled a 1 and has a +4 to damage.
Okay, so he has 5 points of damage.
Yep.
To that one that you were attacking. The other one got out of dodge for melee weapons. So let's see here. Do that. All right. He is really, he's biting his tongue, sort of trying to back the pain and deal with it. Talik.
He tries to slam his sword into him whilst he's biting his tongue to make it doubly hurt, but he misses with an AC 10.
All right. And since the other one's going to stay crawling and going, and you kind of lose a line of sight between some rubble that's down there, you hear a lot of whimpering. The only thing is, you know about where he is because of his whimpering from his damage, and you'll see some blood trail along the ground in the rock where he's going. But the one on Tobold will go for Tobold. And I'm going to roll a second one because that nasty human.
Ruining your fun.
Does a 16 hit?
Does it hit me? Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
14.
4 points of piercing damage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lay on hands is Lay on hands a bonus action or an action?
Is what?
Yeah. Kirk's Lay on hands, is it an action or a bonus action? Do you know?
An action.
Yeah.
Action. An action.
But okay, let's see here. That was you already take your action, Tobold?
Yep. I'm using that rapier again.
Okay.
I need to kill him before he kills me. Yay! 19. That's 5, so 24.
You got a 12?
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. He squeals. You don't know if it's from biting his snake-like tongue or from the damage from your rapier, but he's definitely bleeding pretty good. Let's see here. That knocks him down to. Yeah, that knocks him down to that, and he is blood kind of pouring out from around him. Kazeel.
Please left.
I'll go for the kobold that's attacking Tobold. That rhymes.
Yes.
16 to hit.
Hits.
9 damage.
Describe your kill.
You know, why break a classic? I'll go for another
Skull Crusher.
a face-on Skull Crush, please.
Oh, okay. And we're out of initiative. You see the blood trail. You don't see any other threats at this point in time. Maybe in a second or two, but not right now.
Can I pick up the hand axe that I threw earlier?
Oh yeah.
Remind everyone to pick up their thrown weapons.
My dagger's arrows.
Is there anything to loot?
You can look and see. There's definitely a couple shields. There's about 4 short spears that are in like a funny, rough back quiver out there on the 2 that are fallen. Let's see.
Any extra daggers?
Yeah, any more thrown weapons that I could pocket?
The short spears. Yeah, you'll find a dagger apiece on the 2 there.
Okay. So
Let's see here.
I'll put my hand axe back then, and
What would they have?
how many? Is it javelin? Did you say?
Short spears.
Oh, sure. Spear. Okay.
Still the same stat as a spear.
Okay.
How
many spears was it?
4.
For what? For me or each?
I'd give you.
So,
If
does
you grab them
anyone
all.
else? Does anyone else want one of these? Any of these spears?
No thanks.
And Talik is just like a young man, very excited at a combat. His eyes gleaming. He's going, "Did you see that time he was coming under with a spear and I blocked it with my shield, and then and he's very exciting, sort of going over the battle in his head as you're all sort of going professionally about your jobs. He's still quite a sort of excited teenager.
And you'll find in both their on both their belts a pouch that will have 5 round polished stones of different colors in each, about the size of a marble.
How are we going to split them up?
But each.
Oh, each. Oh, okay.
Right.
Cool. Fair enough.
Yes, Julia, you're correct. It was each, and there's 2 pouches. You got 10 total round stones, size of a marble, polished.
I eyed them up pleasantly, thinking that we want to throw a Talik tomorrow morning.
Say again?
I'll be looking forward to throwing them at Talik tomorrow morning to wake him up.
Oh,
They
okay.
might not do a better job than blueberries.
You would think that they could work as a bullet in a sling if needed.
I like it.
You're still on 2 hit points, aren't you?
I am indeed. Please feel free to heal me. At any time now. I've only asked 8 times. Drain your 5 point reservoir and give the risk of being
I don't know
single
how
again.
when do I get it back?
It's with a long rest.
With a long rest.
But remember, a long rest in the wilderness is a week.
I didn't know that. I just thought long rest was 8 hours.
No, in the UAG player's guide there, it's a week for a long rest. Short rest is 8 hours in the wilderness in when you're roughing it. When you're back in town or like Lehman's tiny hut or something along that way where you get a full comfy bed, good place, safe, it's back to standard.
Right.
Anyone up for a short rest so I can roll my hit die?
Can we go for a short rest now then?
A short rest would be 8 hours, though, so it would be.
But
I'm on 2 health points.
you could go for a short rest. As far as that, because it was when the battle started up, it was about 5 o'clock in the evening. So.
Well, I'll stay awake. I'll suggest to Talik if we keep watch and the halfling can sleep, try and get some.
Recover.
Yeah.
The halfling seems to have taken the worst of it.
And nothing will seem to happen during the night. No random encounters, nothing. It's except for maybe the smell of blood filling the rubble. So it'll be early morning.
I'm so less than you do.
Is Talik sleeping in like he was before? Is Tobold?
I'm not inclined to throw things at him this time because he let me sleep.
And Kazil, what are you doing?
I'll just say my morning rituals.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Quietly observe.
Is Talik, are you doing the same ritual you did, a little bit of a practice stretching, or just getting up once pelted?
He never gets up until the servants come and wake him or something like that. So he needs to be pelted before he pulls himself out of the bedrolls. But then he does go through his stretches and things.
All right. So we'll say it's about 8 o'clock when all that's done in the morning. You see the rubble in different areas, some broken furniture in the area. You'll also notice that there's a tile off in the one area of the floor tile that's been heaved on up. It has like a 3-foot opening looking down into the floor. That's what you'll wake up to and notice once the daylight and everything's there.
Looking at the tiles and the decorations around here, I don't have many wilderness skills. I don't have many skills at all because I'm a noble. What skills do we need? But he does have a little bit of history, and he'll see if he can recognize any of the patterns on the tiles, or if there are any patterns on the stonework or anything like that connected to anything that he'd know of, and see if he's able to identify what these ruins are.
Can I assist with that check because of my concerning stonework history for dwarves?
Yeah, he can roll advantage, but you can use either Arcana, knowledge history, or knowledge religion to see if you understand some of the sigils that may be.
Shall we each make one roll, and you sort of concentrate on the religion side, and I'll concentrate on the
I think for an assist, you should roll at advantage.
Okay.
I'm just sort of helping.
Okay. Let me just have a look. I get sorry, just a second. 20.
Hey.
That's a lot better than I expected.
Well,
I'm not that great, but
with that, you'll come away with that you really don't. And I allow you to play this up, but for the knowledge base for you to work with it, Caius, is you really don't know exactly what it is, but it does have. You remember some ancient religious stories about, and that had some of the sigils that were used here, but you can't really make out exactly what they are because they're just so old. They almost, and what Kazil will say, that looks like and with his assistants helping you, that looks like a sigil from the dragons there and such. But it's still not, even Kazil would not be 100% sure if that's a draconic sigil. It just looks very close.
And all the time I've spent tracking dragons, I've never heard of them reading books, but maybe that's what we're dealing with this giant book business.
Yeah. I remember my old nurse telling me a story of Azakarel the Grey, a dragon that was one of the most well-read, and he never confesses to knowing little. If he feels confident, he makes up stories to fill in gaps in his knowledge. So he'll regale you with loads of information about this ancient cult of the dragon, but some of it doesn't. Some of it might not sound hold up, but some of it, there are some grains of truth in there anyway.
Okay.
I have an incredibly trusting nature and believe all of it.
So there you have it.
Yeah, well, actually, noticing that the halfling is drinking it all in, that will inspire him to go on for longer and longer.
Fantastic.
So shall we make our way into this place then? I want to know what they were talking about. They kept making reference to a mistress they were trying to protect.
Mm.
Did they say anything else useful?
No, nothing else.
And you'll notice the one body of the one that crawled away laying behind some of the rubble also that bled out.
Has he got anything on him?
He'll have the same. He'll have two short spears, pouch with 5 polished round stones, and 1 dagger.
So there's
Plus-
A dagger.
a
Plus-
pouch of stones for Talik then, because we've had one each so far, haven't we? Pouch of stones for you, Talik. Do you want any of these spears? I feel greedy with 6.
Plus, he'll have a well-bent top of his shield. That one does.
Oh,
Didn't catch that, sorry.
But he'll have a well-bent top of his shield, and you'll recognize it. It looks like it was mashed down with a warhammer.
Yep, that sounds about right.
yeah, I'll take a spear as one of the mementos. I'll hang it over my hearth when I finally inherit somewhere.
Okay. There you go. Throw a spear towards. Okay, so shall we approach this stealthily, or shall we go as a distraction for Tobold?
Let's all sneak. Just in case.
My forte is distraction.
You could be bait.
I'm more inclined towards this distraction as well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pretend to be sneaky and then fall over myself and go head first into someone, because that's how I roll.
Would you sneak in there, see if you can see
Yes,
anything
I'm
useful?
sneaking.
No, I mean, would
I
you
just mean I'm going to
scout?
fail.
Would you scout for us and come out and let us know what's going on?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
See the first. Don't go too far in, but go up and see what the first thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going down this dark area
And if you have any problems, scream.
Okay, deal.
where the tile's been pried on up, and you have about a 3-foot opening to go down. You see stairs going on down for about 40 feet down, and then it kind of it's very, very dark in there.
I have dark vision, so I can see.
Yeah, but it's still very, very dark.
Okay.
Oh,
You're seeing,
Very dark.
you're seeing real grays, but you're not seeing much at this point.
I'll feel my way forward a bit and just try and get somewhere that I can notice something substantial to get back to the guys.
You see this wall when you get on down. You notice that the wall kind of turns a little bit, and you can see some other steps that are going down for about another 40 feet, because you'll be able to see that with dark vision down to the base, and that's about all that you see is and then a big black area as far as when you turn your head left and right.
Okay, I'll run back up the stairs, like halfway, and just kind of whisper, "Clear, follow slowly," and then I'll head back down and keep making my way forward, trying to stay ahead of the guys and like sneak ahead to see if I see anything.
Okay, the human will have a difficult time.
I'll get out my, just a second, I need to just check that I've got some light source. That would be a bit of a blow, wouldn't it?
Assuming he has torches, I'll basically try and stay ahead of their light source so that I can see if anything's coming. And I can hiss back if it's going to be noticed.
Tell you what, if you have that torch at the ready, but for now, why don't you just let me lead you?
He doesn't look enthusiastic.
Hold hands and wander down the corridor.
He gets out his torch, his tinderbox in his other hand, and then holds both. He goes and puts his scabbards his sword and holds onto the dwarf's shoulder and says, "Lead the way, and I don't know, don't make any sudden movements."
Did Talek, let me get this straight. Did Talek light the torch or not?
No.
Okay, that's kind of what I needed. All right, so you go and you're being led slowly.
As stealthily as we can be for now. It's not really in my nature, but
I'm a good distance ahead anyway, so I'd come back to
respect necessity when it needs.
And Tobold, you'll notice that there's all of a sudden as you move. Let's see here. It'd be another 10 feet. You can see this 10-foot high pedestal silhouette with a 20-foot high wide. Let me get my notes on that. 20-foot wide. A 20-foot wide piece of wood or substance that's kind of lean, flat, and by about 30 foot on the across. So you got 20 foot by 30 foot there, and it looks pretty large, and like that.
So I just want to be clear. I thought I took notes when we heard about the book and wrote it down as 20 by 10 by 4, but if I remembered those wrong.
No,
then...
you remember that right.
Okay, cool. Just for assuming it's on the book.
And basically what you got outside of things, it's basically like when you go to a grand library and you have an ancient book or dictionary that sits on like a lectern.
Okay.
Is what you're viewing, but it's at 10 foot high, and the platform that the book would be sitting on is at 30 by 20.
I see. Okay. I'm gonna run back then and let the guys know what's ahead, and then basically stick with them. So there's no one there, but there's something to take a look at.
Can you read in this light?
You see,
Okay, Draconic.
we both our races spend a lot of time underground, so.
Can you read at all?
Yeah, no great shakes for us, but.
I read a book once. Well, I read the cover.
Oh, well, that's good.
Well, make sure you start whispering, or you'll be reading your gravestone.
Sure.
Okay. So we're
Oh,
speaking
yes.
quietly for the DM. Keep my chortles to a minimum. So
Use your
we'll
beard to muffle your voice.
we'll keep going. Beard over muffle my voice.
Heavy
All
breaths.
right.
We'll keep going until we get back to that room with the lectern.
Oh, that's no problem. For base knowledge, you'll know that this room is 80 foot by 80 foot by 80 foot.
Okay.
Big room by the echo.
Yeah, you could. There would be a slight tinge of an echo that you could base it off of.
Is there anything in here I can identify with draconic speech stuff?
You don't notice anything.
Okay. Are there any doorways out of this room?
Give me a either an investigation or perception check with disadvantage.
Perception, yeah, +3.
14.
No, you don't notice anything.
Are there any areas that could be lit with the tinderbox torch situation? Is there anything set up on the walls or next to the book?
About 60 foot up on the wall looks to be a set of sconces.
Is there anything clear as to how we'd get there? How someone would usually light that?
It'd be about 60 foot tall.
Ha 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 ha.
One you would have to surmise, I would say, with common sense of a halfling, that one would have to try to climb up there or fly up there to do such a task, since it's so far up for your reach, or even any of your partner's reach.
Well, I don't know that we're going to get anywhere with this, so we might as well get some light going. See what we can see in
Yeah,
some light. At least then.
light one of the torches.
Talek can.
The moment you mention light, you hear the tinderbox start clicking away, and then very soon the torch burns up.
Okay, fine. You have torch light. You can see the lectern better. It's still the base plate that sits on the top of the lectern is 10 feet up from you, but you can see that this is made out of a strange black smooth stone, and well, and that's what your dwarf would be surmising, since you have some stone cutting. Is that it's looks like one solid, ornate, very delicate carvings of sigils on this obsidian lectern of side.
Can I read any of the sigils?
They have the same properties of the other. You really can't make it on out. You can try, but you'd have to roll pretty high.
No. Never mind on that one.
So you're still fumbling over the aspect that they're you think they're possibly a draconic base, but older maybe, and hard to get a grasp on quite yet.
Well, the way I see this room, guys, is we're either in a trap.
There must be a way through
Or there's
because
a way through.
the mystery's got somewhere.
Looking up, can I see any sort of signs of a way in from above?
No, just from the stairwells that you guys came down is all that appears to be the way in, way out.
I'm going to attempt to climb up to that torch because I am fixated on lighting it.
Okay. Give
Acrobatic?
Athletics.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I mean dexterity is...
Well, yeah, but climbing is an athletics check.
Yeah, I fail. I rolled 3.
Okay. You start trying to go up the side of this wall for that first 10 feet. You get up about 5 feet and you start sliding. You find that there's really no handhold to speak of to grab a hold to get up.
Can I wedge my daggers into this like stonework anywhere? And like, is it stones that are like holding it together, like stacked?
Can I move to try and catch Tobold in case he falls?
Where are you
It's,
climbing to? I can't see anything up there because this would be out of the range of the torchlight, wouldn't it, if it's 60 feet?
And,
There's another torch that we could light up here, and I wonder if it'd help.
and
It must be here for a reason.
and you really don't see a place to put the daggers. When you're hitting the dagger on in, you're actually hitting into obsidian, but it's not. It's kind of roughed a little bit, raw, like it was chiseled out this room.
Can I look for anywhere that there are like cracks in the corners, anything like that? Any possible hidden doorways?
Give me an investigation check.
Can I help with that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, roll advantage.
$17.
You don't find any secret
Aww.
doors.
Can I use my paladin feature as an action? Detect location of any celestial, fiend, or undead, and any consecrated or desecrated place or object within 60 feet.
Oh, you most certainly can. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God.
13.
13. You're knocked back on your tuchus, and
Which is
that lectern, that whole area seems to be lit up like a starlight beacon.
With what sort of energy?
It's an ancient energy. It kind of junctures between a Fey and a celestial type.
Okay. There's something very wrong with this room, guys.
Can we see that light that he sees? Has that come out, or is it just him?
It's just him coming from his divine ability.
I'm looking at him completely bewildered then on why he's fallen over.
I'll stand up, dust myself
What an
off.
idiot.
If we're not getting out of this room, then we may as well spring the trap. I'll take my warhammer and clatter it as hard as I can into the lectern.
Okay. Roll me basically a roll to hit.
Oh, it's on the edge. 2. So
back flat on there.
8.
An 8?
I love the way you're rolling.
An 8 to hit?
Yeah, unfortunately.
You miss.
Yeah, I missed
How do you miss a massive bug? What do you have an advantage? Because it's kind of like prone.
He just whiffs.
Can I try to turn a page?
The AC is 17 for stone in this situation.
Okay.
Okay. Can I have another go?
And it has, I'll tell you, I'll get this out. That way, whoever's watching on Facebook can see and such that it has a hit point, object hit point of 50 points.
Oh, fun.
I sort of want to smash it.
Smash it then. I'm not going to slap you.
I'm going to visit myself trying to smash this while everyone else is trying to work out what's going on in this room then.
Okay, so he's pounding on over there. Roll me, we'll take an average. You'll hit, we'll say you'll swing 6 times, so roll me 5. You missed the ones.
I'll go over and sort of watch the. I'll go over and stand watch on the
17
stairs on the way down,
plus.
whilst this noise is kicking in.
Okay, and
17 is the first one. Write that one down. And then 3, and then 15.
So
And then
if you hit 50, hit points, then the lectern will crack and tumble down.
Cool.
I'm just working out how many times I hit it first.
Well, 5 times. I told you you swung 6 times. The first one you missed. The other 5 I'll give you as hits.
Oh right, okay.
Oh, yeah,
so I just need to roll damage then. Okay. So I need to roll 5 lots of damage. So
What?
first one is
Okay.
first one's 5. It's a plus.
Okay.
So 5, 6, 7, 12. Is that it?
You said it's 6 and 12, did it?
6 and 4. I'm
Oh,
doing
you're doing each
individual
one.
rolls.
Right, I thought you were adding each other's.
Oh, so what are you doing?
Do it. I'm not anymore. I thought you were adding them up as you went. You can write your own down. You've got a pencil.
Let's just never mind on this. It's not working.
How much damage did you do? I need to know now.
we were trying to run it, but Julie
No,
was
we
writing it
weren't.
down.
She didn't tell me anything. Roll
And
again.
then she didn't write
Roll.
it down. Okay, I'll start over. Oh, for Christ's sake! So that's 7.
Don't get upset. Don't get upset. I know I heard a 12 in there.
11. 7 again. Oh no, yeah. That's 10, and that's another 11. Is that 5 attacks?
That's 5 attacks.
So 7, 11, 7, 10, 11.
That's not going to hit 50.
No.
But how close does it come? That's why I'm pushing the issue.
18.
46.
46.
Okay.
Pretty close.
There's a big crack into the pedestal, and like that you hear it creaking. Let's see, who was back by the stairs? I think Talek.
I get the torch.
I think Talek said he was back at the stairs. Okay, so and Tobold, where were you while he was?
I had the torch, like, underneath it.
Okay, I need deck saves from both of you, and if you if you want to, you can use acrobatics.
Oh, even better. No, not even better. 8. Fantastic. I seem to be rolling 3s a lot today.
Do you want one from me or?
Yes, both of you, because you're under there. This
Yeah.
cracking and falling.
Acrobatics was it? Or just deck save? Yeah.
Your choice.
It's 19 for me.
19. You get out of the way. Tobold has this large, huge piece of lectern fall upon her.
Sorry,
Doing 1 point of bludgeoning damage, where he is pinned underneath this lectern, where it kind of broke off from the crack and fell, and you hear this great big huge rumble, and this book that was on top of the lectern falls and rolls to the ground, and the book itself is 20 foot by 10 by 4.
20 by 10 by 4. So that's not it then.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
specifically the book.
that is the book.
That is the book.
All right. Yeah. Cool. I'll try and help Tobald up.
Okay, that won't be any major issue.
Okay. I'll lay on hands as well. Give you that hit point back. I feel somewhat responsible for.
That one. Oh, thanks.
I've got to hold on to them. Okay. So the rumbling, is that continuing, or was that a distinct?
That was just distinct. You that you know it was from the crashing of the lectern and the book rolling or falling, sliding off the top of the lectern.
Okay. I'll go over to the book then. Is there anything interesting about the book?
Everything about the book is interesting.
Okay.
Yes, I'm intrigued. I'll come over and look at it as well.
Okay, and what you will see, since you have light there, so and you can see color, is the bindings edge of the bindings is made out of a black metal. The cover, the front and back cover, looks to be of a strange hard rock, and which is a stony grayish in color. And from the edges on the pages that you would see around it, seems to be a brownish red material. And there's some ancient ruins on the top book of the book cover.
Is it open or closed?
It's closed.
So that we should open it.
Yeah. What harm can come?
Come on
He
then, mighty warrior. Do you want to do the honors?
You grab that side. I'll grab this side, and let's heave it open. It looks quite heavy.
I'm well back, knowing what happened last time.
Can you hold the torch?
I can, yeah, from over here.
Okay. What's your combined strength?
Mine's 16.
Mine's 19.
Okay, that's let's see.
35.
Carry 35. Okay, you can lift it. You're straining. It's becoming very, very hard. As far how far back is Tobold standing?
As far as I can be, with them still being able to see by the torchlight.
Okay, and all of a sudden, as because none of you have any draconic blood, right?
No.
All of a sudden, there's a large flash, and I mean, you all see this purplish blue flash go off, and you will. Well, I got to bring this back up here. Let's see here.
This was a very wise decision, I'm sure.
Let's see here. Share. There it is. Boom. And I want this. Boom. Share that. And you. Okay, that'll work right there. And I taped. And let's see here. Color. I don't want to make it blood red because it don't need to be. We'll make it a. Yeah, that should fine enough. A flesh color, and you'll find yourself standing up. Let's see here. Right at the mouth of here.
Oh.
And let's see here. I'll get that. Come on now. Okay. Yeah. I want to blow that up. Boom. you're right up here at this mouth on the top of this mountain.
If you read out your notes. That's messed up written.
So what can we see around us then?
You'll see the mountain. You'll see a cave opening that's very dark, and it appears to be about it was 8 o'clock when you started into that. So we'll say it seems like it's about 9 o'clock in the morning for a quick assessment of the sun to the orientation of where you are on the mountain.
And is Tobold still with us?
Yes,
Is everybody together?
everybody is together.
And we're outdoors on a mountain, and it's the morning time. And sort of the last thing we knew,
It was morning when you went in. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning now from your adjustment.
So it's still the same time, but we're somewhere else. We've moved.
You moved approximately, what would that be? I think
Well, we wouldn't
couple
know,
hundred
would we?
miles.
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know unless,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're right about that, but that's
Okay.
That was weird. Yeah.
Well, she always said that reading would be an education and you'd learn things, but I don't know what the lesson there was. Where are we? Is this the cave we came in?
no.
No, I'm asking my companions.
Oh, okay.
Asking stupidly.
I would say definitely not.
Maybe it's the
quite
same
sure.
from another direction. Oh, but there wasn't an exit, was there?
No, and there's no dead kobolds around as well.
Shall we go in here?
Well,
But what should we do think?
the cave, is it just a dark cave opening? We can't see anything else?
Did you let go of the book? I was holding firm onto it. You must have let go.
No, I held it. There was just some sort of flash. There must be some magic.
Well, it's not in your hand now.
Well, no.
But to answer the question on the cave, it is a dark cave, but outside around it is plenty of sunlight. But inside the cave, it's extremely dark, even right
While
now.
I'm talking about it, I'll sneak in and take a look.
Okay. As you sneak on in, let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. Let me get down here. Monster Manual.
I think that book was magical.
That's certainly the impression I got from it, yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Come on. Open up. Mr. There.
That's some sort of gateway magic. The question is, why is it that linked to this place? Whatever built that and enchanted that book must have had some reason to come here.
You said you got sort of an evil feeling from the book or something like that.
Certainly, yeah. Something very wrong with this.
Yeah.
Have I seen anything in the cave?
Right there. So that so a
I'm interested
16.
to see what these kobolds call mistress, though.
A 16 hits Tobold, so
Cool. Okay.
You take. I don't know if I want to do that to you. What's your what's your current hit points?
I rolled my hit dice earlier, so I'm on 7 now.
Yeah. I don't want to do this to you, so I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna, instead of take the book average, I'm gonna roll. Hopefully, it'll be less. Yes, it is. Okay, great. You take 5 points of necrotic damage, and your strength is taken down by 4 points.
Okie dokie.
Ooh.
Are you going to make some sort of noise?
I'll meow like a cat to try and subtly make them notice we were looking for the cat dude without drawing attention. Meow.
All right, what are you guys doing? Okay, is that all that Tobold wants to do? Do you want to leave? Do you want to stay and meow?
I feel like I took this damage as triggering a trap, so I'm not gonna go back now. But I'll stay still and meow and hope that it gets their attention.
Okay, you felt a cold feeling when you got touched also. That's how I kind of describe necrotic damage. Inner cold.
I got a freezer burn.
We'll head towards. I'll head towards Tobold to see what's going on.
Okay.
Started making strange noises.
So you're
maybe that thing we saw earlier hadn't always been a cat. Maybe it turned into a cat and it's magic. Anyway.
Maybe it was a trap cat.
Maybe I don't understand magic.
Okay, you're entering the cave. What are you doing besides entering the cave? Just rushing on in, or?
Just searching for Tobold.
Oh, you'll see
shield and approach.
Within 5 feet of the cave's mouth entrance, you see Kobold chilled, kind of stopped and meow.
I'll whisper to Tobold. Are you okay?
No. I'm cold. It hurts.
What hurts?
Everything. I shiver a bit more.
Can I do my paladin check?
Yeah.
Sense.
Lay hand.
I'll get to that.
I'll go by their side and with my shield readied if anything's coming in.
Detect celestial, fiend, undead, consecrated or desecrated.
Oh, you see a black aura from off in front of Tobold, kind of faintly outlined by this black aura. You'll see it looks like a shadow of a humanoid, and you get the sense of undead.
I'll help Tobold. I'll do 2 points.
2
from my lay on hands point.
Ah!
It's only 5. What do you want me to do?
Heal me with 4.
He's doing resource management.
He's gonna be single soon.
That's awful.
So my health points.
So your help.
Nutritious anywhere. I'm all for that.
Okay, you're helping Tobold. Are you helping him out or of the cave, or?
Yeah, I'm encouraging them to come away because I've seen some undead magic in this place.
Hit it. I would.
I'm thinking maybe we could regroup, but if you want to go in there with full health points,
I'm not gonna heal anyway.
All right.
Hit it.
You're gonna hit it.
I can't yet. You've not told me it exists, have you? Have you told us that you see something?
Yeah, I see something in here. Something undead. Something bad.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw a dagger in the direction that he's pointed.
Okay. Go ahead and throw with disadvantage. And what's your strength now? With four
my
down?
strength is 6, so modifier is -2, right?
Something like that.
I rolled a 12 to hit.
All right. Does that hit these puppies? Ooh, that just hits.
Whoa! 5 damage.
Okay, 5 damage and half of that.
I can't hit things that I can see, but things that are invisible, side.
Yeah, I'll go with the standard hit points he has. Okay. And I'll give the rest of you each an action before we go into.
Does the dagger stick? Like, so would we see it, if it moved, would we see the dagger move?
It kind of went through it.
Okay.
I'll throw a spear at the entity.
Okay.
What is that? Spear is
13 to hit? Yeah.
14 to hit.
13.
Okay, that hits.
6 and
His
7.
the armor class is just 12, so.
Okay. 10 damage.
Okay, another, since that's not magical.
Some kind of radius.
Okay. It flies on through it. It flies on through it and
Yeah.
and lands on the other side. And Talik, since you moved up there, would the same time because it, doggone it.
It's light outside, isn't it? It's
It's
daylight.
It's daylight outside.
And we are in the daylight, or have we moved into?
No, you're in the dark. You're 5 foot into the cave.
But it's not engaged with us yet, is it?
Yes, it is.
It's actually sort of in our faces.
It hit. That's what the hit Kobold.
Okay, then I'll swing out with my sword, hitting an AC of 24
All right.
for 4 points of damage.
Okay.
But I'm guessing there's no very firm contact or anything like that.
No, you don't feel much resistance. You feel a little bit.
We're probably doing half damage.
We should pull back into the light.
And from at this point, let's roll initiative.
5.
18.
What?
19.
You said 15, Kobold?
18.
18.
I said 5.
Okay, count is 5. And Talik?
19.
19. Okay. I don't think he gets much. Okay. And he's at a 4. So, let's see here. That would put Talik up first.
Talik says, fall back into the light. And I disengage and fall back. Would 30 feet take me into the light?
Oh, most definitely. You're only 5 foot into the cave.
Okay, yeah, I'll disengage and fall back. No, in fact, I won't disengage. I'll take the dodge action and fall back 30 feet, so he can take an attack of opportunity.
All right.
But at disadvantage if it takes one.
Yep. And then from there, Tobol.
I'm gonna risk an attack of opportunity. Back away.
Just disengage.
Yeah, but I want to hit. No, I want to hit. definitely.
Okay, roll the hit.
You can roll to hit and then back off.
Yeah, let's go with that. I like it. Yes, I'll use my rapier.
Okay.
Stay on there.
Just use that tray. Or just use that as a tray.
Oh wait, no, I'm a halfling, so I get to re-roll natural one.
Yep.
Phew.
Ah.
I got a 10. 15.
That hits.
Woo, 9.
Okay, describe your kill.
Ah, yes. I can hear a ripping sound as it tears through its center. That's fine.
And even with your hurt self, you'll hear this withering. All of you will hear this withering scream as it goes into the dark night or darkness and fade away.
Boom.
I wonder if that was one of those exploding shadows we've been told about.
What happened to it? Has it exploded?
We happened to it.
Well said.
Is there anything else in the cave?
Not that you notice at this moment, this close on in.
Are we out of initiative then?
Oh, you're out of initiative, and are you?
Do we want to carry on exploring, or do we want to head back to town? What do we want to do? I mean, I don't know where we are, to be honest.
Personally, town isn't something I wanted to turn down. Surprisingly enough.
Is the cave? Does the cave look safe, or does it continue on in?
It continues on in, and you'll have a sense of dread, especially Tobol.
I want to go back to town.
And let me bring up. Where are you? Did I close you?
I think I'd be quite interested to get back here sometime, but I think
Oh yeah.
at the moment
I did. I closed it.
I'd like to know where we are, and
Yeah, get out a bit to get some reference points.
yeah.
And let me see here. I will. I got to bring that up again. Where is it? Oh, Lost Tome map.
Maybe we can use that book as a way of transportation.
Let's see here. Get here. Sure.
If we ever find out where we are.
And let's see here. Let's zoom this in. All right, and we'll mark this again. Yeah, you guys are right here. And off in the distance, probably about a day or two's worth of travel, you'll see a small city up on the hill here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I see a city.
Let's head towards it. Cities have beds.
I'll agree with that. I think we should
Yep. Let's make our way back and
head to get some rest and maybe some advice.
Yep.
So they might know something about this place.
You'll see a fairly decent trail leading down off the mountain into the lower hills, but the trail is somewhat has a tree kind of canopy color cover that creates shadows throughout the daylight there. But you make it on down there, and then you'll make it to Andotrion over there without any event causing you. It would be slow. Tobol to be kind of stumbling because of a week from the drain and the strength and like that from time to time. But you'll make it to Endo Tyrion. Let's see, here stops here. There we go. Boom.
So what did it feel like? I mean, you don't look too good. What happened? What happened when it touched you?
It was so cold. That's all I know. It was so cold.
I think this is some sort of shade magic. We need to see about some healing.
And protect ourselves against. I don't know how to protect. I'm not really an expert, but well, you know, I've learned a bit of magic, but I wouldn't call myself a wizard.
And so you'll make it in there. If Tobold is still talking about the events and being cold and weak, they'll tell you need to go over here to the UAG hall and see Federal. He's a mighty cleric, and he takes care of most of us.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
I am.
head that way then.
Straight that way.
What's his name? Bedroll?
Federal.
Pedro.
And we'll tie things up here that puts us in our time limit that I put on out there. And Federal will tell you that all you need is a good night's rest here and such. He'll definitely give you the blessings from his deity, throwing some water in your face and bringing you good substance and such. And then he'll be saying when y'all are up to strength and such, I'd like to hear about how you got battered. So,
well, we gave as good as we got. You know, this. You know, they you should have seen the other guys. They you know.
And we'll kind of end it there. You guys each get a XP, 1 XP, which will bring you up to 2nd level.
Cool.
And such. And I thank you for playing, and we'll be able to take this on another leap to acquire. If there's anything that you want to buy that's mundane and such, or find that's mundane equipment here, you'll find
I only buy superior equipment. I don't buy mundane rubbish.
Okay. But there we'll go. We'll tell the ones on Facebook thank you for watching, and the ones on YouTube that will watch, we'll thank them. If there's any shout outs that you guys want to do, you're more than welcome to do it. If you got a channel or some special group or something that you want to publish up, go ahead.
That's been thanks for that. It's been fun.
Yeah, thanks for running.
Okay, and I'll try to run. I will run. I'll run another one from this. This is kind of a separate arc hook from some of the other ones. I got like 2 or 3 that I run depending on levels and like that. But this hopefully was worth your time and effort, and I thank you all.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's see here. I'm going to stop the recording.